Everybody needs it, but it's not, it's not what makes us tick. We do these services and we do XYZ and we know the platform better than you do. And there's a near infinite scale on a platform like Facebook. Nobody in direct-to-consumer marketing should want this to happen.
Hello and welcome to the Sayva Spotlight, a client-focused podcast where we interview founders and executives of some of our most exciting businesses to learn about their industries, value props, and what differentiates them from the competition. My name is Johnny Kasian, and I am the host of the Sayva Spotlight. I am a certified public accountant and the Vice President of Strategic Operations for Sayva Solutions. Today, we are joined by a very special guest, Justin Buckley. Justin is the co-founder and partner of ATTN Agency, a full-funnel performance and growth digital advertising agency. ATTN Agency amplifies brands' values through strategic and tactical media buying, data-driven analysis, unparalleled creative service, and an unwavering dedication to client success. Visit attnagency.com for more details. And now, we'll kick it to ourselves in studio.
Justin, thanks for joining us today on the Sayva Spotlight.
Man, what an intro. I'm excited to be here.
All right, so let's hop right into it here. You've been working in media buying for quite some time now. Tell us a bit about your past and how you came to co-found ATTN.
Yeah, okay. How far back do you want to go?
As far back as you want.
All right, so we started, I guess our roots were in affiliate marketing. About 12 years ago, I was in real estate. One of the co-founders was also in real estate. Moved from LA down to San Diego, called me one day and said, Justin, you got to come do this with me. It's crazy. That was when we really kicked off with the affiliate marketing space, where we're advertising other people's brands and getting a CPA on it. So we were getting paid a commission for every sale that we drove. We were able to scale that through the early days of Facebook marketing, like just wildfire. It was wild. And that really just got us in that direct-to-consumer space. Loved just how much reach we could get, what we could do for different businesses. From there, we wound up launching some CPGs, some e-services, our own businesses and brands. We really wanted to try to do things on our own outside of this, helping other businesses build their brands. We wanted to try to build our own. We brought in 2 other of the co-founding partners. And from there, I guess the next step was so the starting the agency, actually the roots of starting the agency were in a business called Viral Ad Copy, where we were writing ads for businesses. So we were running ads on Google. Basically the offer was, if you fill out our form, we'll write ads for your business and you can run them on your website. Well, we got some traction on that, but the majority of people that came back to us were like, well, that's great, but could you just do the ads for us? So we were talking, the partners, we were all talking together, and this could actually be something. Like, we have a lot of people coming back to us saying, will you just run the ads for us? So we lit that up. We started the agency, really just boots on the ground, really trying hard to figure out how to drum up business. We didn't have a reputation in the space outside of the stuff that we do. Through the projects that we had and the network that we had a little bit of a reputation in the space, but not as an agency. So when we started out, like anybody in this space does, you're just trying to get jobs through Upwork or whatever else it might be. We scaled really fast because of our expertise. The fact that we knew what it was like from the brand side, because we had built our own products and services and launched those. We knew how to look at numbers from the brand perspective, but also all of the different marketing tactics. We understood why return mattered, because when we were in affiliate marketing, we're basically spending our own money and getting paid a commission, so we have arbitrage in between.
Sure.
So it wasn't like we were coming in with, we can just spend whatever money and we had no liability. We came from the perspective of everything's a liability, and we really have to make sure that we're hitting goals, we're hitting CPA targets, we're hitting ROAS targets. So all those things combined, we built a reputation of caring about the results. That's the performance side, but also understanding how to grow. And it has just been a wildfire ever since then. We started with the 4 partners, and now we're at 26 employees. That's over the course of 3 to 4 years. It's been a lot of fun. Been a wild ride.
Now, your original name was Internet Cowboys.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about that.
Okay, so I think coming up with a name is the hardest thing to do, right? Like, I think that's like a lot of businesses get stuck on what do we call ourselves. So before we launched Attention, we had this idea of a holding company that would build all the different products and brands. As we were exiting affiliate marketing, we wanted to create something more sustainable, long-term, something that had holding power, staying power in the market. But we also, we're true entrepreneurs, the 4 partners. We love doing just like any idea. If we have an idea, we want to try to do it. We want to explore what it looks like, what it feels like, oh, this is going to be cool. Let's try it. So the idea was, let's create this holding company, but it was all going to be tied back to web, right? Web marketing. What can we build? What can we grow to that can access a bunch of different people instantly? When we were in affiliate marketing, when we were trying to come up with a name, throwing around all these ideas, there was we had a mural painted of different partners, and it was basically like the 4 of us standing, 4 pictures of 4 of us in suits with bandanas covering our faces. So it was like the Internet Cowboys, and we threw that out there like, oh, Internet Cowboys. Kind of had this mystery behind all the things that we could do, all the things that we did do, and we loved it. At the time, we loved it because it was like, oh yeah, Internet Cowboys, haha. But then, you try to get more serious with an agency or whatever, have an actual business presence, and it's like we actually need to have a market name. So then, when we launched Attention Agency as one of those incubator projects within Internet Cowboys, one of our partners threw out Attention Agency, and we loved it. Of course, getting a domain name is the hardest thing to do. So it's ATTNagency.com, but it is Attention Agency. And ever since then, we actually shut down all the other smaller projects, all the different projects that we were launching to strictly focus on this agency because of just how explosive it's been, and just realizing that focusing on one thing has delivered so much more in results than trying to focus on all these other things.
Sure, it's been a great evolution, I'm sure. So you work with a number of different clients, different industries, and offer a handful of different services. Where's the sweet spot right now from an industry and service standpoint?
Sweet spot for us, or
sweet spot for you?
So our sweet spot is, all we do is direct to consumer marketing. We started out with paid social, really just Facebook. That was, at the time, they still are the Titan, right? But it was what everybody wanted. It's where everybody wanted to be. We expanded into Google from there. We expanded into Amazon. We stepped back from Amazon because it wasn't a fit for the brands that we were focusing on at the time. Then we launched email and SMS. And then we launched creative services. Right now we're leading with creative services. So our sweet spot is that direct-to-consumer brand that is digitally native. So they want to be, they see the power of the internet in driving their growth. And they live around the $15 to $20 million a year range in top-line revenue. And we've really diversified across a bunch of different industries. So historically, you probably leaned more towards fashion and apparel, but we're all across CPGs. We don't do any B2B. It's not really we don't like it. It's not fun. At least it's not as fun for us as a direct-to-consumer, where there's a lot more we can do with creative, a lot more we can do. And it's that instant gratification of seeing the results come in instead of waiting 6 months to see if a lead turns into a customer. So yeah, I guess that's our sweet spot.
Yeah. You don't want to be selling accounting services, is what you're saying.
Yeah, everybody needs it, but it's not what makes us tick.
Awesome. So you talked about the explosive growth, which is just amazing, and what a ride I'm sure it's been the last couple of years. How are you continuing to attract talent in this market, so you can support, the growth of your company, but also your clients' growth? Referral has been a huge part of our growth. I think that's a testimony to how much we care about our businesses, our clients, their growth, their success.
I think it's essential for businesses like ours on the service side to make sure that we are providing services that build our clients' confidence in referring their network over to us. We also have a really strong strategic partnership with a bunch of different agencies that don't do what we do complementary services. And I think, again, them seeing the results that we can drive for their clients as referrals, they feel confident in continuing to refer business over to us. So that's been a really, really powerful way that we've grown. More recently, we have some really aggressive growth goals over the next 2 to 3 years. We are leaning more towards direct response marketing. I think as like a industry kind of thing about agencies, we do great work for our clients and we do terrible work for ourselves. We just don't do good marketing. We don't focus on ourselves as like, what can we do? And this year, that is a huge initiative for us, is actually focusing on our marketing so that we can grow outside of our referral partners and strategic partners and client referrals and all that. So that's a big piece of our growth coming forward. But I mean, if I were going to pinpoint the thing that I think was a catalyst, it's the people that we hire and bring onto the team. They care. We incentivize them really well to do really good work and to care about our clients' goals. And in turn, that creates a snowball effect for, again, just people feeling confident in the work that we do and talking about us in the space.
So digital advertising and media buying, it seems like a bit of a moving target. You kind of mentioned it earlier, but, in years past, it was all about Facebook ads and Google ads and, mentioned Amazon, Instagram, and now TikTok. Mm-hmm. How do you balance being pragmatic while also trying to stay ahead of the curve?
Oh, it's about cost. A lot of it's about cost and the intent of a platform. So everybody wants to be everywhere at the same time, but you also have to be very tactical about where you deploy your resources, because there's near infinite scale on a platform like Facebook, on Google. You can do so much, but there's also, with that comes increasing costs. So diversification allows you to hedge and create opportunities to cut your cost per session, your cost per acquisition, increase ROAS, whatever it might be, build awareness outside of these platforms that are just kind of maybe following the same people. So one of the things that we focus on when we're analyzing where to deploy our clients' resources, how we deploy them, first is, what are their goals, right? Are they growth? Are they performance? Are they focusing on ROAS or CPA, or are they looking at new customer acquisition? Are they looking at retention? Do they want to build their LTV of past customers, or do they really want to get explosive growth from new customers? And how much are they spending in platforms today? From there, what we can do is build a strategy to either focus on the platforms that are working or expand outwards, budget dependent, into platforms like connected TV, programmatic display, TikTok. TikTok is an amazing tool for top of funnel. YouTube. I'd say the other thing, just touching on those two platforms, is creative is a huge piece of what we do, and the restrictions that will hold a brand back from being able to expand into other platforms. Like, you have to have the assets that speak to the platform. So with connected TV, you got to have like 30-second videos that are direct response, that get people to watch your video and then come back or visit your site. And the same thing for TikTok. And TikTok's a unique beast. It's super creative dependent, but it burns through creative really fast. So either the brands that we work with that want to go into these platforms have to have the tools and resources available and ready to get them and maintain those platforms, or they have to have partners to help them create those assets. And we do some of that work. We do a lot of post-production creative to support our clients on their with like UGC style video, and we have great partners like Raindrop, who's also San Diego local, that can produce longer form, big budget, really powerful D2C videos. You guarantee you've probably seen them. Dr. Squatch, Manscaped, a bunch of those videos out there that help brands grow. But in order to get on those platforms, you have to have those assets. So it's budget. It's have you tapped out the resources or the availability or the audiences in the platforms that you're working with today, and do you have the assets that you need?
So there's a lot of chatter about TikTok being banned in the U.S.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Now we're digging deep here. So, if that happens, what's the most likely strategic pivot when it comes to, media buying for many brands?
Yeah. TikTok has been an amazing thing for direct-to-consumer marketing. It's diversified where brands can spend, which has in turn caused a decrease in CPCs and CPMs, because all these things are auctions. So the more people are spending in one platform, the more expensive it gets. So the more platform diversification there are, the less the lower the cost is going to be, unless the demand side increases. So from my standpoint, take away all of the politics and whatever else with TikTok and the concerns over data privacy with China. Like, nobody in direct-to-consumer marketing should want this to happen. There's personal things with the platform, but ultimately, like, it's been a great tool for brands, and its presence in the market has helped diversify where people can spend in the audiences that they can reach. If it does get banned, which I don't think is going to happen, if it does, the U.S. is too big of a market for a business like TikTok, even with a parent company like ByteDance, to just give it up and say, we're not going to do this. Now, caveat to that, it has already happened. Like in India, I believe they banned TikTok, but all that's done is created a bunch of replicas, right? So it's not like it's like the head of the Hydra. You take one out and 8 more are going to pop up. So from our standpoint, if that did happen, 2 things. One is that there's still so much inventory across YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the primary platforms. They're still there, right? And they're not going anywhere. So you just redeploy the assets to those channels. But personally, I hope that it doesn't get banned. I think that for direct-to-consumer brands, it's been a light for growth and for performance. Like, it just brings so much. It's brought so much new energy to the space.
Well, if it does get banned, we'll have to bring Vine back.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Vine and Snapchat.
Yeah. All right. So, again, we talked about your growth a lot, but what's surprised you the most about this journey the last 3 years? When it comes to your business growth.
In terms of the business growth, I think seeing how much our team cares. And I think that's just a testament to the individuals that have joined us, and maybe the culture that we're trying to create is just like how it doesn't feel like it's just a 9-to-5 job for our team. Like, you can see that they really care and that they're passionate about what they do, and being perceived as the experts and being valued. I think that's a thing that has kind of shocked me the most, because it's so easy, especially in the environment that we're in right now, where our business is fully remote, and we're able to do that because everything we do is online. So we have team members across the country, scattered across the country. In a remote environment, it's so easy for people to just treat a job as a paycheck and not really care, and just check in and check out and move on. And that's what everybody wants to do, right? It's about like work-life balance and making sure that you're able to balance your job with what you actually want to do with your life. But really just seeing how much our team cares about attention, but also our clients. Like, they really want our clients to succeed. And it's made this whole journey so much more fun, because we can see how much they care.
So, following up on that, what makes you different from the other agencies? There's obviously a lot of digital marketing agencies in the space, with probably similar value props. What makes you stand out?
I think it just we're a service-based business. Yeah. So it's always going to boil back to the people, right? Everybody in the space says the exact same thing. They talk about their differentiators and what makes them, like, we do these services and we do XYZ and we know the platform better than you do. And at the end of the day, I think what separates us, we've created a truly entrepreneurial environment in the business where we incentivize our team very well through benefits and salary and whatever else. But ultimately, we give them a lot more power by profit sharing. So everybody in the company, they profit share from client fees. And so they're incentivized to get better results for the clients, because if the clients perform better, they're encouraged to scale, and that means that the team member makes more money. So the people that thrive at ATTN are super motivated by that, right? And they're become so focused on the client work and making sure that they're not just button pushers and like doing the day-to-day, like going through the motions. They're actually thinking critically about the strategies that they're deploying for our clients so that they can hit the goals that our clients set. And a lot of times those are super ambitious goals, right? These are our clients' dreams. Like these businesses are like everything to our clients. And even at $15, $20 million a year, the founders are still heavily involved in those businesses and brands. And they want to see those take off because it's tied to their personal dreams, right? So when they give us those super aggressive goals, it's on us to develop the strategies that make them happen. And we have to make sure that the team that we're bringing in is putting the energy into those strategies, and that they're not just like, they don't just stop thinking about the performance of an account or the performance of a brand once they close out from a day, or like they loaded up the ads and now they check out. That's not what we're building. That's not how we're thinking. It's all about the strategy and then the execution, but it's about getting, and that's, I guess, how we've built the team to create the differentiation from all of our competitors.
Yeah, it seems like you've created just some incredible like organizational alignment, from top down, the founders, all the way down to your producers, and then the strategies with the clients. All right, so let's hop into some personal questions. So you and your wife just welcomed your first child. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's so exciting.
This is crazy. I have so much respect now for all parents, and especially single parents. Like, oh my God, this is crazy. It's so much fun, but it's so much work.
Yeah. It's especially, you're 3 months in. My brother-in-law calls it the 100 days of darkness. So you're almost at the end of it. Yeah. But, how has becoming a father, shifted or changed your approach to running the business?
I think it's calmed me down a little bit. I don't know, maybe like it just shifts all in it. I think having a kid shifts your perspective from self to other. And just, I don't know, maybe it's empathy or something else in there. It's just like you just realize that you're not the center of the universe, right? And we had our first later. I'm in my late 30s, and you just like when you're in that position, you can go through your life being very selfish, and to have that switch back is like, oh, you can't be like that. And I think that whatever happens to you personally ripples through your life, right? It's not like there's a work Justin and a personal Justin. It's like the evolution of my personal self is also the evolution of my professional self. So I'd say, like, if anything, it's just realize, like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's like that taking yourself out of self and seeing more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just the priorities change big time, right? Big time. And just your whole viewpoint of going to work and what you're building this for, right?
Totally.
I can totally relate. I have 2 small kids as well, and it's just been it's totally changed my perspective. I've become a lot more efficient though in my life now, because if you want any free time, you need to do everything very well.
I was talking to my wife about that yesterday, the day before, because our daughter's just sleeping in like 30 to 45 minute increments, and it's like, for an hour and a half, our life is on pause while we're entertaining this tiny human, and then we have 30 minutes to do everything else that we want to do. And it's like, it's just, you have to be so efficient with everything you do.
Yeah, you hear the cry and you kind of convince yourself, oh no, they're not awake, are they? No, they're awake.
Have you had the ghost cries though?
Oh yeah.
Like they're not crying, they're not even awake, but like you hear it. And, it's crazy.
It's like the cell phone ring in your pocket. Yeah, it's it's absolutely nuts. Awesome. So, when you're not running the company, not with your family, which I know there's, you're pretty much doing both of those things all the time right now, but what do you do outside of that? What are your hobbies? How do you blow off steam?
So I think my biggest board sports, I surf and I snowboard, and this year is awesome for both of them. Living in Southern California, the waves have been amazing, but living in California in general, just seeing the amount of snow that's finally hit after feels like a 10-year drought is it's amazing. But those are the things that and travel in general. I think travel is like the thing that opens up my mind to everything, right? It's so travel, snowboarding, surfing. Those are my big ones.
Now in California, you mentioned snowboarding. Where's your favorite mountain right now?
Mammoth for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. In California, Mammoth. I love Mammoth. It's close. It's big. It's got that great downtown. Every year I have two different groups that we do big trips. So college buddies and post-college buddies, we all pick a mountain and we go to it. I'll say that my favorite mountain that I've been to so far is Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's a cool town, and the mountain is amazing. It's beautiful. You got caribou running around all over the place. It's awesome. So yeah, Jackson Hole, and then Whitefish, close second. Whitefish, Montana. If you've never been there, strongly recommend it. Beautiful mountain, beautiful town, great people. Those are my two outside of California.
Definitely have those on the bucket list.
Yeah.
I love Mammoth as well. Great town. The hot springs there.
It's so fun.
Some of the craziest things you'll ever see are at the hot springs in Mammoth.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, all right. Let's wrap this up with some San Diego questions.
Okay.
First thing that comes to mind, favorite taco shop?
Tuétano or El Panzón.
Okay. And where are those located?
Tuétano is in Old Town.
All right.
It's really, really awesome. They have it's really awesome. And then El Panzón is in City Heights.
City Heights. Okay. I'll have to add those to the list on my taco tour. All right. Bar or restaurant?
Favorite restaurant right now, Junot Jolie up in Carlsbad. And then favorite bar, 7 Grand.
7 Grand.
Yeah.
All right. All right. This one, you're a surfer, so this one's probably going to be controversial. Might get you in trouble if you answer it wrong. Where's the best beach?
Depends. So I love Moonlight up in Encinitas, and then and I love Sunset Cliffs. Those are I think my top two. But it just depends on what I'm doing, right? I got a golden retriever, so if I want to go to Dog Beach, I'm going to Coronado. I love Moonlight. I love La Jolla too. Southern California is just it's all beaches, man.
Yeah.
Depending on what you want, you can find it. If you ask 20-year-old Justin, I'd be like, oh man, I'm going to either Pacific Beach or Ocean Beach. But today, Justin, I'd say probably Moonlight or Sunset Cliffs.
Fantastic. All right. Last one. So go-to spot in San Diego with your wife and daughter. You need to go kill some time. Just want to, get in your happy place.
You know what?
Where do you go?
Right now, we just love walking. Yeah. So she's only 3 months old, so we're not doing anything too crazy yet. But I'd say in our neighborhood, walking around, our favorite place is Lake Murray. Just it's an awesome stroll around the lake, especially for Southern California. There's not that many lakes. There's not that much fresh water around here. So I love that lake. I love just that part of the city is awesome.
I love Lake Murray. I run down there a couple times a week, and
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's just it's perfect. All right. Well, this has been fantastic. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. One final question. What can we expect from Attention in 2023?
Big growth. Our team is growing fast. If you're in the space, you're looking for an opportunity, you think you're a thought leader, talk to us. If you are a complementary service line and you're looking for a quality partner to refer business back and forth, talk to us. And our big thing this year has been pivoting from structural, a lot of structural strategy to creative strategy, and building our reputation in the space for creative strategy. So I'd say that is the thing outside of just our general growth is watch out for us on the creative side. We're doing some really awesome things.
All right. And where can we find you on social media?
Me personally, I'm usually on LinkedIn. That's my space. So Justin Buckley. If you look for me there, it's linkedin.com/Justin Buckley. Attention Agency is the same. You find us ATTN Agency. Or you can find me on email, justin@attnagency.com.
All right. Thanks so much, Justin. It's been a pleasure.
It's been awesome.